Anytime people ask me what I do, or if I'm happy with what I do, I always answer the same way, that I don't think there's anything else I could do. This type of career is made for me.
Not only being able to look at the past and understand trends, understand the history of what has happened, but really being able to look at the future and to predict what is going to happen tomorrow, and really to try and shift and improve outcomes based on some of those analytics and kind of AI outcomes.
It feels like the work I do is really impactful, and it's also very diverse, and it never gets boring. It stays interesting.
Foundational to everything we do is using information. They're generally dealing with citizens that are low income, that are vulnerable. So it's a exciting mission statement of being able to help these groups of individuals to more effectively get services.
Yeah, I always kind of had an interest in computers, and I played a lot of video games growing up. Whether it was the software on the video games or running them on computers, got you naturally exposed to more of the intricacies of computers. And so then when I got to high school, I opted to go to Votech, and they had a computer program there. The interest kind of sparked there and stayed.
Personally, when I was young, I wanted to make video games. Building a digital world, building those kinds of tools was something that very much spoke to me, and that's what got me interested initially in an IT career.
Getting out of college, I wanted to make sure I had the best opportunity, so I looked for all the best internships available, and I found an opportunity in IT at Capital Blue Cross. I continued to learn and take on new challenges whenever something new came up, and it gave me a lot of experience really quickly.
It was a job fair that showed up at my university. I applied, I interviewed, and I just kind of worked my way into it. And gradually, I kind of gravitated more towards the analytics and data lanes, just because I was so interested in analyzing and utilizing and understanding data.
But I really enjoyed when I got out of college that I started out as a consultant, because right away you're doing communication with a customer, you're doing communication with a team. Once I got more into a leadership role, I was able to use the problem-solving skills, the communication skills to find other ways to influence people. Right now it's more about understanding, for me, the big picture and applying it out.
You can't really grasp intuitively what the job entails, so even when you think you've seen everything there is to do in IT, you never have. Absolutely not. There's always more. No matter what the need is, there's a job for it, or there's a specialized task.
There's certain things that are same in your day, and there are certain things that are never the same in your day. Every project's been different. I've learned from other projects. I have experience. I can tell my customers that I know this, but their environment's different, the people are different, the problems that they care about are always different. Organizing their data, organizing their files, making sure that each member of a client's team can get to the information they need right away. I think it requires so many different personality types.
You can really find what it is that you do well at and bring that strength to the table. You can kind of lean more towards, I'm somebody who works more efficiently individually and sort of do most of your work outside of the collaborative setting, and then just kind of turn in the work that you need. Or, if you're someone who collaborates more, there's definitely more of a need for that in IT. If you're a very collaborative individual, you'll do very well in IT.
If I had one fear, I guess I was afraid that I would be trapped in some corner and there would just be this one bare light bulb and I'd be working completely by myself. It's highly collaborative. It's impossible to know it all, and you need to work with people that are more specialized, have certain experiences that you don't have, in order to bring a solution together.
It's ideal if you have good interpersonal skills, if you can communicate the outcomes of the data findings, if you can walk your client or the person that you're working with, not just what the data has said, but the impact that the data will have.
I think the type of person that will do well in an IT profession is somebody who likes to define their own work style and their own learning style.
Having a core understanding of how data is structured, how data is stored.
You are given a lot more freedom to determine how you go about solving problems.
They should have some sort of foundational understanding of technology, and then they have to be passionate and excited about the business that they're trying to solve, right? The challenge they're trying to solve, the program that they're working in.
You have a big heart and you have the empathy and high emotional capability.
The ability to kind of reinvent yourself and retool your career and make sure you're staying somewhat current with emerging trends and technology is important to be successful.
So the kind of person that would join an IT career, I think, is someone who enjoys change.
And then potentially, how can they actually resolve or fix the challenge that they've had?
And also somebody who's very open-minded. They have to be able to look at things from other folks' perspectives and accept the best ideas, even if they don't come from you, or even if there's an idea that challenges yours, be willing to look at your ideas critically.
So being able to work in a team setting, being able to understand and recognize your strengths, your development areas, and being able to really fit as part of the team. We have individuals that are drivers, that are push, push, push. We also have individuals that are pioneers, that are a little bit more introverted. You need those different groups and those different individual personality types to balance folks.
So as you have more diverse opinions and diversity of voices around you, you're more likely to come up with the best solution and not just stick with whatever the status quo is.
I think diversity is huge in having success.
What we generally look at Deloitte is we frame it as diversity, equity, and inclusion. We intentionally are trying to bring individuals with different backgrounds. We are intentionally looking at individuals from a different socioeconomic standpoint. And then we are actively working to grow our female practitioners into executive positions from a technology landscape.
When I started my career, there wasn't as many women in IT for whatever reason. It was just in the 80s and 90s, women weren't going into it as much. I definitely became a huge proponent of diversity because of that.
I think the benefits that we're seeing have been fairly astronomical.
When you bring people in from different cultures and different backgrounds, they bring their lens with it too. Well, looking back at my career, the most diverse teams are the ones that have been the most successful.
Folks, I think generally do have the stigma of, I need to be able to write code in order to be successful from an IT standpoint. And what we're finding more and more is that's not actually the case. We hire people across all different spectrums, whether that's individuals that have a psychology degree, a communications degree, a sociology degree, a legal degree, or a law degree.
I would say just about anything you could go to school for and graduate with a degree in, you could find a way to apply that to IT one way or another.
In my opinion, almost every industry is an IT industry now. I think it's any kind of skill set that you possess inside can be translated to an IT career.
One, there's a lot of opportunity in it, so rarely are you looking for a job, so it's a sustained long-term employment. Two, at least where I work, there's a lot of opportunity for career progression.
I feel like no matter what, every day the work that I do is meaningful. The combination of flexibility and impactfulness of what I do, it feels too good to be real.
There is certainly a financial element that is a strong financial motivator to work in the IT space. But what I would tell people is give it a try.